minus 33 over 6, and subtracting there we get negative 13 over 6, and I write that minus sign in front of the fraction next to the equal sign, so equals negative 13 over 6. So in all of these questions, we find the common denominator, write the numbers in mixed numbers, as top-heavy improper fractions. Sorry, I'll start again. Change the mixed numbers to top-heavy fractions, and then find the common denominator. Do the operations at the top. It's possible that we can have 3 of these numbers. Certainly there are examples on page 170 where that is the case. So you will be capable of practicing these questions on page 170. It's probably work that you've done before, and I'm quite sure that you'll find yourself going through these quite quickly. I'm not going to ask you to do all of them, but I will have made some suggestions in the instructions to this work on Classroom. Okay, guys, I hope that
okay, that's perfect. Is that clear? So it's more or less the work that we did yesterday, except that now we're dealing with mixed numbers. Right, so what I'll do is I'll look at 1 or 2 examples, and then you guys can carry on with that work. Right, so that. Okay, right. 10 to page, so exercise 2, page 170. So page 170, and we're looking at D. Okay, I'll do 2 and 12 with you, right, and then I'll tell you what number to do. Okay, right. Okay, so D. Page 170, right? D, number 2. So the question is 3 1/4 minus 2 and 2 fifths. So first things first, we need to convert the mixed numbers to improper fractions, right? And what does that become? 13 minus 8 over 3. And remember, we look for our LCD, or our LCM. Now LCM is 12. Right, so we multiply by 3, multiply by 3, and then on the 4, on the 3 to get to 12, multiply by 4, multiply by 4. Right. And then 13 times 3 is 39. 12 minus 8 times 4, 32. So 32 over 12. And the lowest in the bottom is now the same. The denominator is now the same. We can subtract the top. Right. And that gives us. No, this is 39. Right. 7 over 4.
What number is this?
This is D2. 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 And then let's look at one more example. Okay, let's look at number 12. Okay, so D12. So D12. So that's 3.5. Okay, minus, and then in brackets 1 and 6, minus 2 and a third. Okay, so what do we do first? Bracket first. So we just repeat that, minus, inside the bracket, or let's just change everything to improper fraction. Okay, so 3.5 becomes 7 over 2, right? Minus, inside the bracket, 7 over 6 minus 7 over 3. Right. 7 over 2 minus, and then here our common denominator is 6. Right? So times 1 times 1 times 2 times 2. So this is 7 over 6 minus 14 over 6. Right? That's 7 over 2 minus. So what's 7 over 6 minus 14 over 6?
Negative 7.
So negative 7 over 6. Right, next step.
Times 3. No addition because of the two negatives.
Yes, right. Because remember, there's a negative that is outside the bracket. Right. So a negative next to a negative gives you a positive. So therefore, it's now 7 over 2 plus 7 over 6. Right. And then our common denominator is 6. So multiply that by 3. Multiply by 3. This is times 1 times 1. So our final answer is
21 plus 7.
right. And then the final answer is 20.
8
Right. Okay. What do we need to do with this? Simplify. Right. So our highest common factor is highest common factor is 24. 6 times 4, 24. So it's 2. So it's 2 into 28. 2 into 6, 3. Right, so please make sure you always express in the simplest form. Right. It looks like many steps, but it's pretty fair. Okay. Right, you can take it down, I'll leave it on the board. Okay, so I need you to do the following on your own. So that's classwork. Our classwork is that's page. And then you're doing D 1. Starting off with the easy one, the D1. Okay, up to D1, let's go on to 5. Taking it up a bit. And then let's finish off with D11. Perfect. Okay, I'll give you, how about 5 minutes to do this? 6 minutes? 6 minutes. Okay, guys working from home, any questions? If you have any questions, please feel free to just post them and then I can answer them. 2 more minutes. Done. You need 2 minutes? You need 2 minutes. Done. So I'll give you 2 minutes. Finish up. Okay, so we'll just quickly go through that together. This was 1. Can someone just explain 1? Okay.
So you simplify from 3 and 3.5 to 7 over 2 and plus 3 over 7 because you simplify 2 over 3.
Which you found out?
3 over 7. Sorry, you simplify 2 and 1/3 to become 1/7. Then you find the lowest.
Sorry, what is that?
No,
D1.
yeah, D1.
So to 7 over 3.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay, that's right. I read you wrong there. Okay, carry on.
Sorry.
Carry on.
Which then you find the lowest common denominator,
Okay, which is?
which is 6.
Okay, so therefore, we multiply by?
You multiply by 3.
3. Okay. Multiply by 3.
And multiply by 2. Which would then give you 21 over 6 plus 14 over 6.
Okay. Which is equal to?
35 over 6.
35 over 6. Right. So well done. So then we carry on, we move on to 5. So 5, yeah, what's the first step? Okay, yes.
So you first have to simplify negative 1.5, and so that will equal negative 3 over 2.
Negative 3 over 2.
And then you gotta simplify 2 1/4, which is equals 9 over 4.
Okay. Okay.
And the lowest common denominator would be 4. So 2 you times by 2, and then times by 1.
And 1. Okay, and the next step.
Then that would equal negative 6 over 4, and then minus 9 over 4.
Minus 9 over 4. Okay. And then that's equal to?
Negative 15 over 4.
Negative 15 over 4. Right. Yes.
So don't you add them so that it wouldn't be negative 3, it would be negative 1?
Where?
You add, so you times negative 1 by 2, which gives you negative 2. And you add the 1 to negative 2, which
No. So when you're dealing with converting from a mixed number to an improper fraction, just leave out the negative sign. Right? So ignore the negative sign, focus on the number, and then bring back the negative sign. Right? So that's, because if you don't do that, you end up getting confused with the sign. Right? So just separate the negative sign, deal with the number, and then bring back the negative sign. Right? Okay, yes?
My mistake is I like I said, and then I lost, so I need to say.
Or you mean that part, okay, please don't. Right. So like when you get to this step here, okay, please keep that in the middle. Focus on the number. Once you've dealt with the number, then you can bring the negative sign in between. Right. Okay. But, okay, let's get on. We move on to number 11. Okay, I'll do number 11 here. Okay, 11. So D11, someone? Okay, yes.
I converted to table 4, which is 11 over 4, and
Okay, so 11 over 4.
then minus 1 over 3,
Okay.
plus 1 over 2.
Okay.
And then I found the lowest common denominator of 3 and 2 in the brackets, which is 6.
Which is 6, okay, so therefore,
I multiplied it by 2,
by 2, okay,
and then
yeah,
by 3,
and then by 3,
which is, then I put 11 minus 4.
okay,
2 over 6 plus 3 over 6.
that's 3 over 6, okay,
And then,
which is equal to,
11 minus over 4 minus 5 minus over 6.
okay, 5 over 6, right. Okay, so here, you're gonna have to keep the bracket there, because there's only one bracket inside the bracket, so you can leave it out there. Right? You don't have to include the bracket.
And
But
the
here, just have a look on these two steps, please keep it in bracket, right? But if I take away this bracket, it means something different. I cannot take away this bracket without distributing the negative to each of the items inside the bracket. Right? We're not doing distribution now because there is no algebra. The items inside the bracket are like, so we don't have to use distributive law. But if you wanted to distribute, you'd get the same answer. Right? Okay. So from here,
yeah, the lowest common denominator is 12.
12, right? So therefore,
Times 3,
times 3,
times 3,
times 3,
and that's times 2,
times 2,
times 2,
okay.
which becomes 33 over 12 minus 10 over 12.
Perfect, and then that's easy,
That's 23 over 12.
23 over 12, done. Okay, that's our final answer. Right. Okay, right. You need to take it down. Right. Show you more, most of you got it right. You need time to take it. I'll give you 2 minutes to take it down. Right, and then we'll carry on to the second part of the lesson, which is multiplying fractions. Right, the name, I know your name, people. Right. I'm not too sure if we get the same classes next week, but if we are, then I need to start knowing your name. Right. Okay, the second part of the lesson is watching another video. Yeah, what is all?
Gr8, we move now to page 172. And my title for this lesson is The Multiplication and Division of Fractions. And I'm going to start with multiplying these fractions, and then you'll practice some of these examples in exercise 3 on page 172. I've got 3 different questions here, and each of them presents with different skills that we're going to use in order to multiply these numbers together. Question 1, 3 over 4 multiplied by 5 over 7. The rules for multiplying fractions are not the same as the rules for adding fractions. In adding fractions, we would look for a common denominator. In the multiplication of fractions, we do not do that. We definitely have a line going through these fraction lines like that. These are the lines on your page. And what we do is we simply say that we can multiply the top numbers and we can multiply the bottom numbers, and our result is exactly that. 3 times 5 is 15. and 4 times 7 is 28, and my answer is 15 over 28 as a fraction. Notice that there is no common factor for those two numbers. This is in its most simple form, and that is my final answer. Now, in this question, there's something else that happens. Before I multiply these numbers together, and I could multiply 3 times 8 is 24, and 4 times 11 is 44, and I would get an answer of 24 over 44, and many of you are already shouting at me, I can hear you. But there's something else that we can do before we do the multiplication here. And that is what some teachers call cross-cancelling, other teachers just call it cancelling, and that's what I call it. And I look at any number at the bottom and any number at the top which we can cancel. For example, we can say 4 into 4 goes once, and 4 into 8 goes twice. And so we can cancel any factor at the top with a common factor at the bottom. So in this case, the 4 goes into both of those numbers, and it really does make our working a great deal easier. Because now we get 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 times 11 is 11, and there's my final answer straight away. So I'm saying to you that when you multiply fractions together, you must first cancel what you can, top and bottom. Notice that we cannot cancel the 3 and the 8, we cannot cancel the 4 and the 11, but we can cancel the 4 and the 8, or if we had a common factor, if this has been a 30 at the top, I could have cancelled a 2 into the 30 and a 2 into the 4. You cannot cancel numbers which are in the same line. You can only cancel top and bottom. So there's my final answer, 6 over 11. So in this question, would you write this down? 3/4 multiplied by 8/9, and then try that question and see if you can get it right. Pause this clip, and then come back and,
Okay, can you try that? Just write it down, just write it down, write it down. You've done it already? Okay, you give us the answer. Okay, that was quick, eh? Right. So what answer did you get? 2 over 3. All agree? Right, well done.
you can look at the answer. And what I'm going to do now is to cancel. I can cancel 3 into 3 goes once, 3 into 9 goes 3 times. I can also cancel 4 goes into 4 once, and 4 goes into 8 twice. And what am I left with? Well, I've got a 1 multiplied by a 2 at the top, and I've got a 1 multiplied by a 3 at the bottom, and so my final answer is 2/3. Can I also say that when I cancel the whole number, I very often don't even bother to show the ones. I don't do that, I just leave it out. I know it's there, and I simply say 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 3 is 3. Notice that if we hadn't cancelled, if we had not cancelled, we might have got this as an answer. If I go back to the original question, I would have had 3 times 8 is 24, over 4 times 9 is 36. And I would now have had to say to myself, what can I do to the 24 and to the 36, and to simplify that? And I would have to use my knowledge that 12 goes into both of these numbers, and 12 goes into the top 2 times, and into the bottom 3 times. And I would have got the same answer. Sorry about that glare. Not sure what to do about it. My final answer, 2 over 3, which is the same as I got before. Maybe if I do this quickly, there we go. So I get 2/3 as my final answer, but it was much easier to cancel first and then do the multiplication, rather than to multiply and then do the cancellation, because then I avoid these big numbers. So cancel first and then multiply. And it's not wrong if you prefer to do this, or you forgot to cancel and then cancel afterwards. What is important is that at some stage you've got to get to 2/3. I'm going to pause this and do a couple more. Find the pause button.
Okay, yeah, so explain it very well. So, and then we'll talk about, so I'll say, get used to cancelling out. Right? So if you don't, if the number gets too big, then it becomes hard for you to find the common factor. Right? And then as you cancel out, just keep track of what you've cancelled. Right? Like you saw there, you cancelled and then you got the result or the answer. Right? Keep track of everything. Right? So we'll look at a few examples and then I'll give you transport again. This. Okay, right. Okay, so returning to exercise 3. Exercise 3, page 122. Okay. Okay, so I'll do 3 for A3. A3 says 2 over 5 times negative 3 over 7. Right. Okay. So firstly, we can just look out for any common factors, right, at the top and at the bottom. Right. So as you can see, there's the unchanged. Right. So if there aren't any, then you can go straight to multiply. Right. And then as you multiply, right, what I could do, okay. Right. What I could do is first of all focus on the sign. Right. So I'll say positive times the negative gives me a negative, right? So we know our answer is negative. Once you've done that, please don't talk about signs anymore. Now just focus on the numbers. So 2 times 3, 6. Right, and then 5 times 7, 35. Right, there's no answer. Remember, that negative sign can be written on top before the fraction. I think let's keep it at that. There's no need to write that at the bottom. So you clearly see here at the bottom the positive number. But if you gave your negative sign at the bottom, it's still fine. But rather than stick to before the fraction or at the top. Okay. Right, and then we move on to, okay, I'll show you one more example. We can get going. 2 more examples. Okay, number 6. Number 6 is negative 2 over 7 times negative 3 times negative 1 over 4. Right? So what I suggest you do here, like first step, right, if there is no fraction like on negative 3, right, just put it over 1, right, to be safe. Right? And then now we can choose to focus on the signs first. Right? So a negative times the negative gives us a, and then positive times the negative. Right? So we know our answer is negative. Right? Now we can go to the numbers. Is there anything we can cross out?
You can, is 1 and 2. No, sorry.
Right, coming on the same, it has to be at the bottom and top. 2 and 4. Right, so 2 goes into 2, 1. Okay, 2 goes into 4 how many times? Twice. Okay, now we can multiply the numbers. Remember, we already jumped to the sign. Now we just focus on the numbers. 1 times 3 times 1, 3. Right. And then at the bottom, 7 times 1 times 2 is 14. There you are. Okay, that's straightforward. Okay, okay, I'll look at one more example, number 9. So for number 9, is 234 times 10, 11. Now here's a good example of why multiplying the top and the bottom is not always the best step. Now in this case, there is no fraction, so that's all 1. So imagine now if you're told not to use a calculator, and then you choose to multiply the top and then multiply the bottom. You have to multiply that and figure it out. But we could just avoid that by cancelling out. Because 234 into 234, 1. 234 into 234, 1. Right? And then now we can multiply the sign. A plus times a negative gives you a negative. So we know our answer is negative. So you see here, where the negative sign is, doesn't matter. It can be at the top, it can be at the bottom. We still treat the whole function as a negative. Right. So therefore, at the top, Then 11. If it's over 1, do we need to write the 1? No, we don't. It's not. Negative 37. Okay, class work. Any questions? Okay. So class work. So that's exercise 3. Let's do number 8. 11. What time do we have? Oh, we have plenty time. Oh, good. 12, 14, 15, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do that. And please show your working, show your working. What do you want to ask? Okay, can I just say something like that? So I don't know if you recall in the video, says he prefers calling it cancelling instead of cross cancelling. Do you know why you say that? Okay, it's because of let's look at it's because of okay, well there's no example here, but I will explain why. So this is why. Right? Because in this case, that's not cross cancelling, that's just cancelling, bottom and top. So you're not always looking for a cross. It's also top and bottom. Like in this case, you can say 3 into 3, 1, 3 into 12, 4. Right? That's not cross cancelling. Right? And then here you can say 4 into 4, 1, 4 into 16, 4. Right? And then you can go to multiply. So the answer here will be 1 over 16. That's why you say that. Okay. Yes, you can. Yes, so the size of it.
So you're right, they need to cross cancel the same as the others.
Okay, so if you finish, so whilst you're waiting for the other guys, can you please just do the following? So whilst you're waiting, whilst you're waiting, just do exercise 2, and 1, 3, 1, 20, and just do E, 1 to 4, whilst you're waiting. Okay, just go through it. So 8 was the first one. Okay, who wants to give us the answer? 8, 8, 8. Yeah, 8, 8.
Okay, so 7 over 15 times 15 over 1, so 15, the two 15s cross each other out.
Okay, great.
And then 7 times 1 equals 7, and 1 times 1 equals 1, so then 7 times 1 equals -7.
Okay, so the answer is negative. Okay. Next one is 11. Is someone for 11? Okay, yes.
So assume to go 15 and 10 can both be divided by 5.
Okay.
So 10 is 2, becomes 2, and 15 becomes 3, and 7 and 21, 21 can go into 7 3 times.
3 times, okay.
And then that would equal 6, 2 over 6, which is equal to 1 third. No,
3 times.
2 over 9, 2 over 9.
Sure, that's right. Okay, perfect. Right, next one is 12. Someone else with 12? Someone else? Someone else with 12? Yes. So you do this one? 12?
I crossed out 5 and 3.
And, okay, and then what do you get from that? So the 20 becomes?
This is a 4,
Okay, so 5 into 20.
and then I crossed out those 9s.
Okay, so it goes down to 9.
And then I got negative 1 and 4.
Correct, negative 1 over 4. Right. Okay, and then the next one is 14. Okay, 14.
The 3 and the 3 crossed out.
Okay, so 3 and 3 cross out. That goes down to that, huh?
2 and 2 crossed out.
Yes, it goes out.
5 and 5.
Cross out. And so please don't make the mistake of giving 0 as the answer. Don't make the mistake of giving 0 as the answer. The answer is
1.
1. Answer is 1. Right. Okay. And then now we go to number 15. Okay, so 15. Yeah, someone 15? On the back? Okay, all right. Okay, anyone else? 15? Someone hasn't spoken. 15? 15? Feel free. Okay, yes. All right, so please. What do you do?
I put it over 1.
Yeah, you put over 1.
I crossed out 8 and put it 2, and then I crossed out, 4. I mean, yeah, I crossed out, 8 and put 2.
Okay, so your highest common factor was 4, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so 2, and then the top 2, 3.
I put the minus there.
Okay, so now remember, if a negative times a negative,
Oh, positive.
right, it gives us a positive.
So then I times them myself with minus 15 over 2.
15 over 2. Great, right? Don't forget the negative times the negative. Right, and then the last one, 18. Okay, someone put 18? Okay, okay, go ahead.
No, I answer all the time.
Yeah, I was.
Sorry, you can answer.
So 2 cross cancels. The other 2.
Right, can I just write this? So 2 over 3, 3 over 4, 4 over 5, and 5 over 6. Right, so remember the bracket is multiply, right? So you're dividing into 3, it means multiply. So we say,
So 2 goes into 2, all the 2's are all 4's. So all the 2's once and all the 2's twice. And all the 4's twice, sorry.
and 5.
Yeah, and 5.
And that's
6 is also divisible by 2, which becomes 3.
Come again? No, but very close down that 2.
Yeah, but that.
Right, so remember, once you close out, you can't involve that in any further calculations because you really close it out. When you say 3 into 1, so that becomes a 1. Right, so that means it's a 6. Because at the top, you left with 1, at the bottom, you left with 6. Right, so your answer is 1. Right, okay, that's fine. Okay, we have about 4 minutes left. Right, in the 4 minutes, can we just, okay, let's discuss this. Exercise 2. Okay, E1. E1. So exercise page 120. Page 120. 1-4. Yeah, just a discussion. You didn't have to do the work. But, 1. Four, right? So remember, you're just getting the top and getting the bottom. Number two,
Negative.
how do you find it?
So like pretended the answer wasn't there, and then I just like did the calculation.
Great, that's the right way to do it. So therefore,
It's one.
it's one. Okay. So what else would you do?
Wait, one, two, what was the question?
That would be two, E2.
So, the three goes, wait, sorry, three can go, the lowest, lowest common.
See, that's the trial and error method. So trial and error, how else do you do this? Without using trial and error. So the objective, so whenever you get this, what's your objective? Your objective is to get everything to the same denominator.
That's
Right. Okay. Yes?
Sir, so I got everything the same denominator,
Alright.
so it was 8/50
Uh-huh.
plus 20/50
20 over 50.
equals 21/50.
Yeah, because you will change that to 7/5.
Yeah.
And then you multiply by 3, multiply by 3, so 21/50. When you do this, and you see it's now clear. Because all you want now is once you get to 20, you get 21, right, which is 1.
I just, like, if I saw that it was 5 and the answers would be 15, like, 15 divided by 5 is 3, so then they go the answer divided by 3.
Okay, right, you can use final error, but if you use final error, you need to make sure you get down to grade. Right. With this, you're showing working, so you can get 5 marks. So maybe you get one part wrong, but you've shown your steps, but you can get 5 marks. Right. Okay. So it's just a brain teaser at the end. I'm sure we are tired, very exhausted. It's been a long day.